This thing about the cellular consciousness, you have to understand these little cells have got little things inside them called mitochondria. Mitochondria. That's like the life force of every little cell. Now, inside this mitochondria is a DNA inside the mitochondria. 2 or 3 of them basically. Now, you know this cell, you got to understand this cell. And the medium does it like this way. He says, this is a cell. This is a cell. Cute little cell, isn't it? But he says he pokes his things up here, and he's got these little things up there. They're called receptors. Now, these receptors are going through the blood systems, to the fat tissues, and so on and so forth, looking for something to feed into its cell, to the mitochondria. Now, understand this thing, lads. The mitochondria is the force that breathes life into your body. That's every cell in the body's got to have a mitochondria. But understand this. These little receptors sticking outside over here. Now, I'm going to tell you this, you're going to say, that makes perfect sense. Why you bother us? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when you get up to the age of 40 and above, 40 years and above, your little things sticking up out of these cells are almost laying flat. 40 years old. They're already laying flat. They're tired. They don't want to play anymore. You know, they've been born and died and so many times, they just don't want to play. Well, I'll tell you these things, my friend. If you want to get into this four-bodied healing, this four-bodied reality of your cellular consciousness, you've got to realize that inside the cell is got another little DNA inside the mitochondria. And guess what? The mitochondria has got little receptors outside of itself, inside the cell. Can you get it? Understand it. Now, the nucleus of the cell, what they consider to be the brain sector, well, may or may not be. They may be right out, sticking it right out there, you know. But understand this thing. Understand this perfectly. Every cell in your body that makes any sense to you at all is going to have the DNA inside of it. And the DNA is clicking off, clicking on, clicking off, clicking on, clicking off, and clicking on what? The genes, the billions of little genes up and down this whole 6-foot length of DNA. Understand what I'm saying? This is the cellular consciousness of you. You've got to be aware of it, because you can do this. You can place your fingers, the truth, the trust, and the passion. And you place it right here on the bottom of the sternum. It's the whole point for the other sections. But you place it right there. If you do it properly, you're going to think through this whole journey. And through the out breath, there it is. And that is going to touch every cell as the whole point. The whole point. What in God's name is this whole point? Well, if you don't know things yourself, maybe it won't make sense to you. But someday you'll come across it and it'll make sense to you. This whole point is everything going to radiate to the next touch. The next touch is going to be way up here. That's right. It's going to radiate from here. 1, 2, 3. The next 1, 2, 3 touch. And it's going to radiate and radiate and radiate and radiate and radiate and radiate. You get it? You get it? That's your mental weave. The mental weave goes into your body and it goes into the cell, the mitochondria, all the parts of this whole cell right now. Understand it. And it goes into this journey because you are an electromagnetic force. Did I say it? I did, didn't I? I've told you 1,000 times. Your emotional body is outside here. It holds your body together, basically. I've never told you this, but maybe I have. I can't tell you. But understand this thing. It's holding your whole body together. You know that you're not solid. You know that you're not solid. You know that, right? So you got this emotional body that's holding this thing together. And when you're born into this earth plane, you got nothing but pure love. Maybe only 5 or 6 seconds, because somebody's going to spank you on the butt or make you cry or whatever, you know. But understand this, that 5 or 6 seconds is going to be the gloriful time of your life, because this is holding this whole project together for you. And you know what? You never lose it. You can shrink it down. You know, it could be 6 inches out. You see Master Jesus? He's got this beautiful halo going over him. But understand this thing. Well, I'll tell you more about this when you come in here in August or whatever the time might be. Because understand this thing. I'm just getting started with this whole thing called cellular consciousness. And you can ask the questions all day long, and I'll answer them twice. Thank you, and God bless you.